Hi, my name is Julianne Wood. I'm the author of More Than a Lemonade Stand and creator of the BizApps game. And today is Mini Lesson Monday for young entrepreneurs. So today on Mini Lesson Monday, we're going to talk about how much should I charge for my product or service. Last week we talked about costs. So we figured out the costs, so you should know that already. And that is the first thing that you need to know in order to price your product or service correctly. So you don't want to price it below your cost. So you want to make sure you know that and you price above. Number two is you need to know what your competitors are charging. So you don't want to be too low or too high. You kind of want to be in the same range as your competitors, and then you'll have some ideas of why your service or product is better. And number three is you want to know how much your customers will pay. So how do you know that? Well, you know that by asking them. Again, we talked about customer research earlier on, and if you go out and talk to them about how much they are willing to pay for a solution to the problem you're solving, you're going to have some really good data and figure out your pricing a lot better. The fourth thing that you might want to think about is the economy. So if your product or service is not a necessity, then people might not be willing to pay for it if the economy is not good. So if people aren't buying a lot, or if there's high unemployment, things like that. So that is another thing that you need to think about. So what I want you to do in your entrepreneur notebook is jot some of these things down. You have your costs, find out what your competition is charging and put that in your notebook, and then find out what the customers will pay and put that all together and then come up with a price for your product or service. Now, one other thing I want to tell you is how you figure out your bottom line, your profit or loss. So you're going to take what you are pricing your product or service, then you're going to deduct your costs, and then that is your bottom line. And of course you want that to be positive because you want to be making money in business. So that's this week's lesson on Mini Lesson Monday, and I will see you next week.